In the small Igbo village of Umofia, nestled between rolling hills and thick forest, the sun was sinking slowly, painting the sky in shades of gold and crimson. The villagers gathered in the square, their chatter blending with the clucking of chickens and the distant drumbeats. At the center stood Mama Ada, the village elder, her white hair tied in a tight bun, her vibrant patterned cloth glowing in the fading sunlight. She raised her hand, and silence fell over the crowd. "My children," she said, her voice firm yet haunting, "the Oji Enkporu, the whispering tree, is restless tonight. Whoever dares approach it after sunset may hear things that are not meant for the living." Among the villagers, Obina, a young man with short hair and a strong build, whispered to his sister Nkem, a teenage girl with long braids and bright, curious eyes, "I've heard this story since we were children. Nothing ever happens. It's just a tree." But Nkem's curiosity burned brighter than fear. "But what if it isn't just a story? What if the tree really speaks?" she whispered back. Mama Ada turned sharply, her gaze piercing. "Curiosity can be dangerous, Nkem. Some whispers carry curses that no one can break." As darkness fell, torches flickered, and the village seemed to hold its breath. Nkem could not sleep. Her heart pulled her toward the forest, toward the ancient tree that loomed on the edge of the village. Silently, she slipped from her hut, careful not to wake her brother or anyone else. The forest was thick, shadows twisting with every step, and the night air carried the cries of owls. At last, she stood before the whispering tree. Its massive roots coiled like serpents, and the leaves shivered as if alive. The wind made the branches sigh, whispering her name. A voice, ethereal and faint, came from the darkness among the leaves. "Who walks in the night, seeking what is hidden?" Nkem's voice trembled but did not falter. I am Nkem, daughter of Umofia. I wish to know your secrets." The wind swirled around her, and the voice spoke again, lower this time, almost menacing. "Some truths are not for the living. Some hearts are too young." Nkem steadied herself. "I am ready. I will not fear." Then, faintly, the tree began to whisper a story from long ago, a betrayal in the village, a theft of the sacred kola nut that had brought misfortune to Umofia for years. The fragments of truth left Nkem shivering. Is this true?" she asked. "Who did it?" The tree answered only in riddles, "Seek the shadow that does not belong, and you will find the truth." Suddenly, a low growl echoed from the roots. Something moved. Nkem froze, her pulse hammering in her ears. Meanwhile, in the village, Obina awoke, worried for his sister. He grabbed a torch and ran into the night, calling her name. "Nkem! Nkem!" The forest seemed alive with whispers, calling him as well. Following the faint sound, he found her standing rigid before the tree, her eyes wide and fixed on the glowing leaves. "Nkem! What are you doing here?" he asked, breathless. "The tree, it speaks. It knows the truth about the kola nut, about the curse," she whispered. A shadow shifted behind the tree, dark and elongated. Obina stepped protectively in front of Nkem. "We should go, now," he urged. Nkem shook her head. "No. We need to uncover it." From the darkness emerged an elderly villager, hunched and trembling, clutching a warm cloth bag. I took it, the kola nut, years ago," he confessed, his voice breaking. But the tree, it never stopped whispering. I could not sleep. Nkem's eyes blazed. "The tree reveals what is hidden. Why hide the truth from your people? You've caused the curse to linger all these years," Obina said, anger and relief mingling in his voice. The wind swirled again, and the faint ethereal voice of the tree echoed softly, approvingly, "The truth frees the heart, the guilty shall answer." The old man dropped the bag. Inside, the sacred kola nut glowed faintly, like a tiny sun, and the wind stilled. The whispers faded. As dawn broke over Umofia, golden light spilled across the mud huts and fields. Nkem and Obinna returned to the village, carrying the glowing kola nut. Mama Ada smiled knowingly, and Ischoku, the village chief, middle-aged and dignified in ceremonial attire, nodded in approval. "The tree has chosen wisely," Mama Ada said. "Truth is a powerful medicine. Umofia will celebrate again," Ischoku added. "The curse has ended, thanks to courage and curiosity." Nkem turned to her brother, whispering, "The whispers, they were frightening. But sometimes, fear is the path to truth." Obinna smiled, ruffling her hair gently. "And sometimes, little sisters are braver than big brothers." The villagers cheered, and the whispering tree stood silent but majestic, a symbol of mystery, courage, and the wisdom that waits in the shadows, reminding all who dared to listen that some secrets were meant to be uncovered.